Hello. Hi guys, welcome to the summary of the second Vue Storefront Hackathon. We are streaming from Snowdog Labs office in Poznan. And first of all, we maybe just sum up, wrap up today's hackathon. It was really fruitful.
Yeah. I will wait like 1 minute, just to confirm that you can hear us well, because
good point.
Did you are checking on? Okay, so we have the confirmation that you can hear us well. So let's go to the summary.
Yeah, great. So here is Piotr from Vue Storefront team, Filip, Bartek, Adam. We also have Anya here and other folks. So together we had here like around 12 people here in the office, Bartek?
More. I would say about
like 6 or 7 left.
Yeah, we have almost all seats occupied, so okay. It was almost 20.
20 guys in here, and some other folks, around 6 or 7 active contributors from Slack channel. So it was pretty nice. We had like 23 pull requests created on GitHub, so I think it's a great success, and thank you all for contributions. It's much more than on the first hackathon where we had like 17. It was still like pretty nice, but 22, wow, it's awesome. We made some really heavy tasks. For example, some refactoring of the. Bartek, what was this task that we
so
I'm a little bit stressed. Sorry.
I actually started work on making the core of Vue Storefront work as a separate NPM package. So for now, I just adjusted a bunch of imports and stuff related to that. So we are not that heavily related to Webpack aliases anymore. I also did, but didn't commit it anywhere yet, build some kind of proof of concept boilerplate for setting up the Vue Storefront without needing cloning the whole development repository. So that's probably what I'm going to do soon also.
Yeah, exactly. And I think this is pretty important change. Like the important part is that it's still like backward compatible. So if you don't use this new boilerplate, everything is just as it used to be before. But if you decide to go with this approach, then it's much easier to update the Vue Storefront core and other packages without the need for doing git pull. More or less, it's all about that. So it's,
there is also one addition to development workflow. Usually, when you didn't configure your local environment to support Webpack aliases, you are not able to command click into the imports, while when the imports are changed to NPM packages, you can always click them. So it's even better to do that that way.
Sounds great. 140 files modified in GitHub, so it's pretty massive. Maybe Philip, tell us what you have done today.
We started working on content module, which mostly is responsible for taking content from some third parties, like Contentful, WordPress, and all of the stuff. Anya is doing it in the backend side. I did some POC in a front-end side. It should be there like in a few days. And you will have components that allow you to just display the content from some third-party CMSs. And on the backend side, you will have possibility to integrate them with Vue Storefront. So we'll pull everything to our Elasticsearch, so we don't rely on the external API. So basically, it will work more or less like with products now, with product catalog, but for the content. It was the first part, and the second part was writing down more issues for Vue Storefront modules, which is kind of new thing. But we did some POCs. We have tasks for this because the idea for the future of Vue Storefront is to make it modular. So we'll have cart module, user module, wishlist module. Every feature will be a module that is detachable and extendable. Extensions will also be a module, so everything will be kind of composed of these modules that can be easily replaced with some other. It's easy to imagine that, for example, you have different cart module for B2B, different cart module for B2C. So everything related to this module, related to this feature, like to the cart feature, will be inside this module. So it will be components, Vuex stores, some functions, some helper functions. So you can easily detach this module in the config file and use some other. So basically, you can combine your Vue Storefront shop from modules like from the bricks. So this is a big step forward for us in maintainability, extendability, and also in developer experience. Also, each module will be unit tested. For now, the acceptance criteria for every refactoring to the module is having unit tests, so kind of next level for us. So if anyone wants to help us with rewriting Vue Storefront to modules, please write direct messages to me or to Peter, or just ask on Slack, because there's a lot of things to do, and we really need help.
Yeah, I think that this is like important outcome from this status update, that on GitHub you can find a few well-described tasks regarding those modules. So please take as many as you want. Feel free to deep into it, because it's really like next step for the Vue Storefront architecture, and also because of the unit test. Adam, what do you have?
Okay, so from our side, there is Michał also from Media. We're working on some refactoring. From my side, I changed the events about the online check status to plugin which prepare PDF. And next, I noticed some issue with shipping method, and I'm working right now on this bug, because this is some important things. And that's it. So that's it.
Yeah, pretty good stuff regarding the checkout. Also, I'm looking at the closed pull request list on GitHub, just to mention a few other interesting pull requests. So, for example, David Royer was working on the bundle size optimization. Pretty good results achieved there. Also, some changes to internationalization module. We also got some SEO improvements from Tomek Kikowski from Vivante. We also have some other refactoring from Macopedia team regarding the input controls, for example. A lot of other cool stuff. You can find them on GitHub. So let's take a look at it. And I was in charge of stabilization of Vue Storefront today, so I was just merging the pull requests, and hopefully it still works on the developed run. It should be pretty stable. So check out this branch on your own and test it out, like how it works, and any bugs reports are well appreciated. Okay, so I think that it's all about the summer of hackathon. We will stay here for like hour or something and stay coding. So if you are with us on Slack, keep going. And then we have also a few topics to discuss today. The first is probably about the module, but you already said a lot about it, so I'm not sure if you would like to dig into it.
Yeah, probably if anyone has some questions about modules and how they will work and why we are rewriting to modules, you can just write on the chat and you ask. But basically, what the reason is Vue Storefront became very, very popular in quite a short time because it's still not even a year old. And
it will be on 15th of August, so it's
so it will be Vue Storefront birthday.
Exactly.
Yeah, and many things have been done keeping in mind that it wasn't meant to be that big. And when it comes to it, now we need to think a little bit about some wider adoptions, about the extensions from the community and everything else. So this is why we also decided to build in this modular approach. Also, maintainability will be much easier because you will have each module will be a different dependency, so we can update them separately. It will be easier to update your Vue Storefront store, and there are many other reasons behind it. Yes, from me, that's all. If you have any other questions. For now, there are no questions, but if you have any questions, we'll be here, like Peter said, for more or less 1 hour. So just ask and we'll come to the camera and answer.
But again, any topics from your side?
We are discussing this partnership thing, like what we should do to encourage more people to join the project, like actively join. So help us in development, try to test something, maybe propose some new features, do code review, basically any kind of activity that may help us maintaining this, since at least for now, no one can really let even a single developer work on a full time on this project. So we are just trying to squeeze our agenda and put there as many hours as we can. But of course, since the project is growing kind of fast, the number of issues is also growing. We are doing the first live shops on top of the Vue Storefront, so also the issues are coming from our side. So there is basically a lot of things to do regarding the refactoring and the other stuff. So it would be great to have some plan on encouraging other partners or new companies to become partners to help us during the development.
Yeah, I heard that you were discussing, guys, some kind of core contributor partner program or something like that.
Yeah, we were mostly thinking about differing like two kinds of partners, because of course not everyone wants to be involved that much, but they still want to be a partner because they are using Vue Storefront. So we thought about splitting it into partners, like the partners who are using Vue Storefront and the core partners that are contributing to the core and probably will have more knowledge about the project, but not always. And the main idea for the core partners is just to let us have like 4 free or how much you want hours of the developer's time, like one developer, it depends on you, to work on Vue Storefront core. Of course, we know that no one can afford it full time, so like 3 or 4 hours a week of one developer even is good, because if you can scale this to like 20 partners, it's quite a lot. And the idea is we will all discuss the new features in a Slack channel. We will assign issues to each developers. We will learn together. We will share the knowledge together. And ideally, per company, this developer will be in a project like for a few months. And after this, you can switch this developer to the new one, so he also can learn. So it's a great opportunity not only to learn how Vue Storefront works and to give something from yourself to this, maybe to discuss some features to adjust them to your needs, but also it's kind of very advanced JavaScript training because we'll be working in a big team with a lot of people with different knowledge from different companies with different backgrounds. So it's for sure beneficial for developers to join it. For sure, it's also beneficial for the companies because these days it's not that easy to train developers, and probably open source projects are the best way to do it. I know it from myself because 2 years ago I knew nothing about JavaScript. And probably if I wouldn't join Vue Storefront, I would still be like in the junior level or something like this. So it's a great way to learn, and of course, if your developers will learn something, they can share it in the company. So ideally, as a core partner, you will just let us to have like 3 or 4 hours of your developers' time, like once a week, or you can. I mean, it's not mandatory to be 3 or 4 hours. You can spare a day, like 1 day for 2 weeks or something like this. But basically, what
20 hours.
Yeah, but basically, what we want is some kind of commitment to make this storefront better. If you can afford even some minor issues in our GitHub to be done, it's great. Basically, any way of helping us in development is great, because if we will do it by ourselves, it will take a lot of time, and we all want a great project. It's already a great project, but we have so many great ideas, so many great features that can be added. For example, recently, like 2 days ago, we released voice commerce, which is Alexa and Google Home integration for Vue Storefront. And we have a lot of ideas like this to make it probably the most future-proof storefront ever. But we need your help. We can do it by ourselves, so that'd be great if anyone wants to commit a little bit more.
Talking also about the commitment that I was mentioning when we are talking on private, it's like the development is not only the way how you can help the project, and also if you are kind of new in the world of the Vue Storefront, probably it will be kind of hard to jump into the issues immediately. So what works from our side, like as a Snowdog, we are just investing 1 whole day, once at 2 weeks, just to start working on something. So same as we did with the Vue Storefront. So basically, our few 2 or 3 meetings for most of us were just spent on setting up everything, understanding the basics, etc., etc. So that will be a really great way. And at least from my perspective, it's easier to manage when you say, okay, this Friday we are going to work on Vue Storefront, for example, rather than saying that, okay, you all have 3 or 4 hours in a week, you can do whatever you want with the Vue Storefront.
Yeah, and this is the same as what you said with the other activities, right?
Yep.
Because the support for Vue Storefront is not only by writing the code. Of course, this is pretty like the core of what we are doing, but also organizing this kind of hackathons mostly, or doing some marketing stuff on Twitter, even in social media. It's really great, because all those activities bring us some new faces, new developers that we can work with, that we can teach them like the Vue.js, which is also pretty cool. So I think this is what makes the open source beneficial for all parties, right? So first of all, you support the OSS project. So it's itself, like, this activity is pretty cool, because you are building something that people can use just for free. The second part is that you are teaching your own devs, your own testers, your own marketing guys, everybody, how to work in this modern IT work, let's say, in general, right? And then you have also capabilities to do some trainings for your clients, or do some implementations for your clients, and you have it for free. You have support from us, you have architectural support from us. So we are really open to this kind of cooperation. And we don't like to be like pushy, like requesting too much from our partners. So it's like more like open question for now. So if you have any ideas like how to support us, we are open to giving our partners special badge like core contributor of the Storefront. But of course, for such a badge, we will expect some commitment to the project. It's not like something really fixed or really like hard to maintain. It's rather to find something that is beneficial for all of us. So this is open question. If you have any suggestions on that or ideas, Slack is for that, for exchanging this kind of information.
Yeah, we just basically want to feel that we have your support, and in exchange, we will also support you as much as we can. For example, we want to be very close in terms of marketing and all stuff of this kind with these core partners, and help them as much as we can by also promoting the things that they do, by writing cross articles, evangelizing, even making trainings for Vue Storefront together. So there are a lot of benefits from this. We can also figure out how to make more of them, because it's, as we said, it's an open question, and I'm sure it's a win-win situation, even with ideas like this for now. But for sure, we can make it even better. So we will be reaching each partner soon with questions how we can cooperate better. So it's good if you have any ideas. It's a good time to share them on Slack or somewhere else sooner or later. And that's all. Oh, we have a question, probably. Maybe I will read this question. Guys, we're about. Oh, why I'm reading this question? Why you all see it? Okay.
So the comments are about integration with Silos, which is e-commerce-based created by Polish agency or company. I don't want to.
Mikołaj, it's great to hear that. So if you need any support regarding the Silos integration, I think that we can help you with that. In the parallel, we are starting also some integration with some other platforms. I cannot unveil any details right now, but it will be pretty interesting project. So we are generalizing like the integration part right now, like fixing all the issues that we can probably have with some third-party vendors. So if you came across some problem, let us know. We will fix it for you, because silos I think is pretty important in the community. So it would be great to have this support. And the articles about PWA and Vue Storefront, that's great to hear.
Okay, so as we said, we are here for like 1 hour.
Yeah, probably.
We will be probably coding and drinking beer.
So I'm not sure if we should end this live stream or just take it to the kitchen or something and grab the beer and ask and wait for the questions. I guess we can just wait a while.
Maybe I have another question about the backend model and backend table fields in the attributes collection. Okay. So you are right; they are not in use. You can just ignore them. There is plenty of this kind of fields in this schema. So
okay.
And then there was like other questions. Somebody have any more questions?
Oh yeah, we have one. Oh, it's for Nahal. Yeah, because guys from
Argentina.
Argentina joined us also.
Hello to Argentina.
Don't fall asleep yet, please.
Don't fall asleep. You started like 4 a.m. or something like that. Yeah, so it's crazy. Thank you for being with us. We already accepted your pull request, so it's great. Okay. Okay. So if no other questions, I think that
maybe it's a good moment to thank our partners that also joined to this hackathon, because we had, of course, there is a Snowdog here. Yeah, Macopedia. Of course, there are us. There are also guys from Acid Green. So probably some other guys that didn't told us that they are just contributing from their company, because we don't know all developers, but we had too many pull requests from people that we don't know. So thank you all, and I hope we will see more contributions from you.
And for sure, you will see more contributions from us.
Yeah,
Because we have 1.3 release planned for end of this month. Last week we released 1.2. 1.2 wasn't like anything spectacular. It was like more about the stabilization and bug fixes. 1.3 will be, let's say, a more feature rich release. So wait for it, it's coming. We are also considering some other cool features for even next releases. One of them is GraphQL support. We started some R&D work on having the abstraction layer between Elasticsearch, which is currently the ultimate data source for Vue Storefront, and to have this like abstraction to switch to GraphQL at some point, or even switch some parts of data to be get from GraphQL. So this R&D is currently underway. It's in cooperation with our partner. I'm not sure if I can say whom, so I will ask the guys before the next hangout. But they are doing a really great job, so I'm pretty excited about the outcome of this GraphQL effort. More or less, this is probably all from us. We are on some cool events in the next months. In Jakarta, Mid Magento Indonesia, and then Mid Magento Singapore, Mid Magento Dubai, Mid Magento Poland, of course. So a lot of things are happening around the projects, and you can check on our Twitter where you can meet us in person. It's always great chance to share some thoughts.
Yeah, and we are also working on a page that basically we're working on moving the documentation from GitHub to some other page, like make something dedicated for this to be more discoverable and easier to use, because to be honest, GitHub in this scale starts to be hard to understand, and we have a lot of questions for things that are in documentation. So this is the sign that we should move somewhere else. We are also preparing a community website with a roadmap and news about Vue Storefront, news about all releases, and some other cool things. And on our roadmap, as Peter said, you can expect GraphQL, you can expect these modules, which will increase the quality of code very much because of unit tests, because of extendability. You can expect also some videos, tutorials on how to do some basic things in Vue Storefront, and also how to do some more advanced. Basically, now, after almost a year of answering to Slack questions, we more or less know which parts are hard, and in the first place, we are trying to make them easier. Because everything can be rewritten and done in easier way, but also we are trying to make some videos, tutorials with some common gotchas to make it easier for all of you that are using this Storefront.
Okay, so thank you for supporting us, and thank you for being with us today, and I think that's all. So have a great weekend, and
still, if you have any question later, just ask on Slack, on Twitter. even on Facebook, whatever you want. We will try to answer all of them. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
Bye bye.